Hello and welcome to Between the Lines of Chris Coronado. I am your host, and I am very excited to be releasing this new episode. Um, I've been holding on to it for some time. I've had it stored away, and I think it's finally time to be releasing it. Since I've been putting my podcast episodes up, I did take a little bit of time. There's at least a month that I haven't posted anything. I apologize for that, but I'm back. I'm ready to go. And yeah, so today's episode, I have a good friend. He's someone that I met coming into the Inland Empire, and I met this guy working at some fucking kitchen in Riverside. Yeah, fuck. No, I don't wanna get into that place. But yeah, I met this dude, and we shared a lot of uh, we shared a lot of things in common, and music was one of them. But yeah, I figured who else to bring into this podcast than this guy. His name is Gustavo Salinas, aka Gus, and yeah, I'm really excited to be releasing this episode. We got into a good amount of music, and without further ado, let's go ahead and go with Gustavo Salinas, Between the Lines of Chris Coronado. Enjoy.
Hello, thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure being here. We're down a few beers. We had a few wings, and let's get shit started, right?
Yep, and we had some pizza. Well, I had pizza.
I had a heartburn though. But
Hey, welcome to the club, man.
fucking heartburn club.
Yeah.
For real.
Hey, cheers, brother.
Cheers, brother.
So, as I mentioned on the intro, I am starting this podcast just because I love music, and I love talking about music. Anyone who's ever been across my path and who also likes music will know that I will talk about music till you tell me to stop.
Yeah, we've had a few of those while working together, man. We go for hours.
I know.
Album after album after album, and then we just show each other shit like, "Oh, dude, check out this heavy band," and I would be like, "Whoa, I'm mind blown. Check out this heavy band."
Yeah.
And then there would be bands that we play that we both would know, and it was just like, "Whoa." That's how we know we're both on a real music binge, and we're both really into what we listen to, which is always great. It was always great.
I mean, obviously, you and I have different taste in music, but at the same time, I mean, obviously, there are some bands that you listen to that I will like, but you also have, bands that you listen to that I like, and vice versa. But for the most part, your taste in music is a lot more different than mine is. But at the same time, like, we both still have that same love for music, and we are still passionate about it the same way. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of this podcast is just because you like different types of bands that I like doesn't mean shit. We still have the same love for it. We still have the same passion for it.
Definitely.
And that's the whole purpose of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, we used to get noise complaints all the time.
Seriously, dude, they'd knock on our window, or they'd be like, they'd hit us on the fucking phone, and we'd answer it, and it would be the program director, like, "Hey, man, that shit's too loud. Is it? Just turn it on a little bit more." But deep inside, he fucking wanted us to turn that shit off.
Yeah. Yeah. If he could, he would tell us to turn it off.
He would, man. Luckily, they were cool with us,
Yeah.
and we worked hard, but we still fucking listen to what we listened to, which was good music, and we kicked ass at work, and that's what we always did.
Yeah. As I mentioned, you have a different taste in music, and your music is like super crazy underground. So there's a lot of gritty recordings of the song. So I mean, it was highly questionable at times, but you know what? Fuck it. It's music.
Yeah.
Let's fucking bump this shit, man. You would bring your speaker or my girlfriend's JBL speaker.
Yeah.
Which I actually just got a brand new Bose speaker. That thing is fucking brutal, man. Like, whoa. It's a lot of shit.
Bose is the shit for a lot of good ass death metal or deathcore or whatever else is in that genre of heaviness. No, it really is, because my friend actually had a Bose on his surround sound. I think you had a Bose on your surround sound at one point, didn't you?
No, it sounds like Bose on my car, but that's just I don't know what kind of sound system I have, but
that shit works, because man, the fucking bass on that shit will not pop. You'll play some really good music, extreme music, heavy riffage, fucking double pedal, and that shit will not blow up your speakers.
Nope.
I blew up my speakers from experience on my truck. I was playing death metal and shit. That's what I liked a lot when I was a kid, when I was younger. Those shits popped my fucking speakers, I'll tell you that, man. They popped my speakers. It wasn't even my truck, it was my dad's truck, dude. Yeah, I fucked the speakers up because I was playing music heavy,
Hey, pinche culero, estás tocando ese metal, ¿verdad, cabrón?
Yeah. And then my dad, for him, it was just like blasphemy. Although he liked metal himself, he only liked the heavy metal shit, To him, the death metal, of course, became later.
Yeah.
It came later in, life. Of course, it did start in the 80s, but that was for all the obscure kids.
Yeah.
They were really listening to other types of metal.
Oh, yeah.
Which it really was. But there's some people that listen to heavy metal, and that's all they stick to. Heavy metal or anything that could relate to it,
Yeah.
As far as maybe Motorhead.
Oh, yeah.
So he was just very questionable about the extreme demonic, symbolic
because
music.
Even though he's a metalhead himself, given the fact of our culture, we still have this fear of God lingering around, you know what I mean? So when it comes to death metal or anything in that kind of area, it can be questionable for some, but it's still music,
No, definitely. Yeah, there's although we listen to this, there's just because all metalheads or whatever we listen to, there's a lot that are also religious.
Yeah, for real.
And just because we're not to other people is extreme. I actually know a Christian guy myself that was in a very heavy band called Tyrant. It goes back I think 2002, and they were really famous in LA. Nice. Apparently Lemmy saw them live.
Ooh, that's fucking brutal.
Yeah, because they play at the Whiskey Go-Go.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. He spent a lot of time at the Whiskey Go-Go, the Rainbow and all that stuff. So to have your band be seen by Lemmy, that in itself, you won't get anywhere with a record label or anything like that. You can't put that on your resume.
Yeah.
But to have that and say you know what, Lemmy saw my band play on stage. It's a fucking it's an honor.
It really is, yeah.
It's a fucking honor.
I was hyped hearing it.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. But it was at the Whiskey. Of course, Lemmy was always around the area.
Yeah.
Apparently he lived upstairs near a building there.
Yeah.
Or at the Whiskey itself. So it was most likely a Friday night. I saw videos of it. I think there's a video on YouTube.
Okay.
And they were playing at the Whiskey, and Lemmy was there, which was a very common thing at one point.
Damn, what was the name of the band again?
Tyrant. Really heavy band. He was also in another band called Hell Command, which was also based off the LA area, speed, thrash metal, with really occult lyrics.
Yeah.
And it's funny because back to the Christian topic or religious topic, he became Christian. A full-on Christian, and he still listens to what we listen to, and so it will still offend people.
Yeah, yeah.
Although they're metalheads or not, you could still be Christian and listen to extreme shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be this love for music. Obviously, there are some Christians, there are some Catholics, or any other type of religion that once you follow them, it's you become like attached to it, and you have to them they let go of their past, whatever means, whatever past that means, they let go of it. But for him to be able to like still hold on to that music, that just means that there's just too much love to let go. So I mean that's cool. That's cool as hell. I don't think religion or anything else should stop you from listening to music, because at the end of the day, it's a form of outlet for some. For the artists, it's an outlet for the fan. You know what I mean? And that's how it should be looked at.
Oh, definitely.
So that's cool. So Tyrant and what was the other one?
Hell Command.
Hell Command. Oh yeah.
For those who are going to be listening to this, if you're interested, look up "Evil Wicked Sacrifice" by Tyrant. Very heavy fucking song.
Okay.
It's a fucking killer. The riffage is insane.
Mm-hmm.
He was known to be a really good guitar player in the LA scene.
And is he active still, or is he retired? You said
he still plays.
Mm-hmm.
He was looking forward to actually reuniting the band a few years ago.
Okay.
He had to go through a series of people, a series of like people, like different drummers and bassists.
Yeah. That's the struggle of a musician, man.
It really is, yeah, because he was he actually was the guy who made the band.
Yeah.
Or at least one of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was the main one because he told me he put it together.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. So it was he was really looking for someone that had a similar,
taste and
influence. Influence on that side of metal, especially influence because you could be influenced by Possessed, the band Possessed, and someone else would be influenced by Slayer.
Yeah.
Or someone could be influenced by Metallica, or heavy metal. They'll be influenced in heavy metal that doesn't have the same exact feel,
Yeah.
of what you're gonna hear.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Okay, that's kind of cool, man. And again, this is all. This is what I'm trying to do is just
Yeah, phone it off. He wasn't expecting that
silent,
one, but put it on silent.
That's a big oops, but whatever. Fuck it.
We're still drinking beers.
Oh shit! I need to put mine on silent too.
And we're still talking about cool shit, real shit. About experiences in the music scene.
Sick,
it's insane. The people you meet. Like I met you working, and you listen to heavy shit. It's like, what were the chances?
I know the chances of working with somebody who listens to the same fucking music that you listen to. You know what I mean?
And an employee count of 3 in one little department. Yep. I get it at a warehouse, not in a small little fucking kitchen.
And it's not even in a department; it's a fucking kitchen, man. A small ass fucking like studio style kitchen, man. Like those are some good fucking days, man. Like we spent a lot of time talking about music. We spent a lot of time shooting the shit and just blasting music until they told us to fucking turn it off.
Yeah. Definitely. I remember, I think it was your second day there or first day. You were like, "Hey man, is that Dio that you're playing in the background?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Whoa, this dude listens to Dio? What the fuck? Like, what were the chances of someone that not only just Dio? We kept going that day of music tastes and the different types of genres in the metal and punk, area, which is crazy." I was like, I just didn't expect that, and it was I don't use the word blessings a lot, but it really was because I knew I wasn't gonna be bored after that.
Yeah, man.
It was
man.
Amazing.
Cheers.
It was really a cool year working together, if not a little bit more. I'm not sure if we were together for.
I think it was like it was like a couple months over the year. So I left in. Excuse me. I left in September, I think it was, right after my birthday, that I left. So it was like the year was like in July that I completed the year, and then a couple months after is when I left. So it was like a year and like 2-3 months. I'm not really good at math.
I figured because I was like, I know it was a little over a year.
Yeah.
You know? And the cool thing is, work never was boring because we always just fucked around and listened to cool shit.
Yeah, we did fuck around a lot, man. Whew. Hey guys, what is going on? Let's take a moment to talk about the sponsor for today. It is a very important sponsor for a lot of people. Not so much myself all the time, but when I do care for this sponsor, it's always there to pick me up whenever I need it. Guys, alcohol, okay? I'm not even gonna spell it because I'm under it right now, and plus I'm too fucking lazy. You can figure out how to spell it out. You tell me. How about you text me or you send me a message telling me how to spell alcohol so I can laugh at your face. Okay? So, again, life is going too well and you need some mayhem in your fucking life. Well, I've been there before. I've been there, guys. I know what it feels like to have everything and then just want to ruin your whole fucking life. And I feel like going with my sponsor, alcohol, will do it for you, obviously. So, I love it. Again, when I don't have it, I'm cool with it. But when I need it, it's right there in my fucking fridge. It doesn't matter where you go and buy it. You can go to fucking, CVS. You can go to fucking any liquor store. Unless you're in the desert, you're fucked. Then you have to go to a fucking grocery store or one of the millions of fucking Stater Brothers that are up there. All the people that live up in Yucca Valley, Joshua Tree, 29 Palms, you motherfuckers know. There's a whole bunch of fucking Stater Bros and nothing else. So, other than that, like I said, you can buy it wherever you want. Alcohol, doesn't matter which one it is. As long as there's alcohol in there, you will have the fucking time of your life. So, excuse me. And at checkout, type in promo code LINES. That's LINES. LINES. God damn it. And see how much more your life will improve with this sponsor. So, yeah, if you think that this is a real sponsor, you're an idiot. And yeah, much love and enjoy the rest of this episode. What was I gonna say? I kind of want to get into how you got started with music and stuff like that. And then, I mean, obviously, I get really distracted. So we'll start getting more into working and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I want to get a little bit into how you got started and what led you to where you are now with music.
Oh man, it's a crazy story. Well, my dad was always someone that played heavy metal growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he listens to a lot of other stuff, but it was always bizarre to me because I'd always look at the album covers,
mm-hmm.
and I remember looking at Guns N' Roses,
mm-hmm.
and you'll see some skulls on the cross, and it was just like, whoa, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You'll see shit like that, or you'll see a Meatloaf album where there's like some demon on a motorcycle,
yeah,
and there's like a gargoyle around there. It was just bizarre seeing some crazy ass imagery in those CDs,
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, this is pretty cool, The first CD I kept from my dad was Molly Crew.
Okay.
Molly Crew CD. It was a Shot of the Devil.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, these guys look fucking crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And I ended up loving the CD, and the music, heavy metal, was just great. After that, I just started listening to heavier and heavier shit in high school. I ended up meeting metalheads by accident and becoming really good friends with them.
By accident or by fate?
Oh, more like by fate.
Yeah.
It really was fate.
Yeah.
Because I was already into the music.
Mm-hmm.
I became really good friends with metalheads in high school.
Okay.
You know, but in high school, I was hanging out with punks. That was my group. Hung out with a bunch of punks. But I ended up meeting metalheads. Back in the days, punks and metalheads weren't really. To this day, some of them aren't. Still, they stick to,
they basically stick to their own.
To their own, yeah. But there's a lot that they hop on both sides, which is great, you know. But I ended up meeting some metalheads. There was this kid named Luis, invited me to a kickback in high school, and that's where I met the guy that plays in that band Tyrant, in Hell Command. His name is Dave. It was just crazy. We ended up becoming best friends after that.
Hell yeah.
And to this day, he's 30 years old now, 31 now, and I'm 27, and we're still best friends. I met him when I was 18.
Damn, dude.
We go very far back now, and it's just like we still text each other and see how we're doing.
Yeah.
We hang out here and there, you know.
Fuck yeah.
When he has a chance, he has his own things going on. Of course, I have also, you know. This whole COVID shit's fucking everything up. But
fuck COVID-19.
Yeah, but no, dude, definitely fuck COVID-19. But you know, ever since actually meeting those group of guys, I started listening to heavier shit.
Yeah.
I was discovering crazy ass obscure death metal bands, you know, Theocide, Morbid Angel, Death from Florida, which I actually the ones I just named were all from Florida. Obituary, you know, the list keeps going and going, and I fucking dug so deep. I ended up discovering crazy bands from Europe and different regions. I didn't know that they had crazy stuff, but they do,
dude.
Cool.
And I remember when we were working together, like, dude, you would come up with like these like crazy insane bands that like they're like independent bands, and they're you'd always tell me like, oh, like, have you heard of this band? And I'd tell you no, but you're like, oh, like it's this band from Europe or from here and there, and then you tell me like, oh, like they only made like an album, but they were like back in the 80s and shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like, dude, like there's too many fucking bands to like keep up with. Yeah. But that always intrigued me about you is that you were always so in touch with every single fucking band that existed, or at least try to keep up with all the bands. And that's the crazy thing about music is, it just never fucking ends, dude.
It never does.
No.
Definitely. New band every day. As we speak right now, there's a session with a band that's probably going to become big, or does not matter, or there's a passion in it.
Yeah.
Or there's someone right now, as we speak, trying to start a band.
Yeah.
Of some sort of crazy genre, as hardcore punk, beatdown, death metal, whatever, heavy metal, thrash metal, speed metal. It's happening right now, and it's never gonna stop growing because it keeps us on track with life, because it's a really good hobby that a lot of us are fortunate to have.
For real.
Play music, listen to music,
Yeah. And not to mention, there's bands that are starting on every fucking level. There's bands that are starting at the level of like the bare minimum to be able to record your fucking riffs, to record your drums, to like bands that have money to be able to record on a bigger scale. And then there's bands that are starting on like a studio, like working in a studio level, you know what I mean, that are getting their fucking sound like to a crisp like T, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like there's bands, they're just like there's crazy bands popping up every fucking second. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's what it is, man. It is what it is. And that's what I love about music is, or this music is that there's no limits, man. There's a
Really
whole
isn't.
branch, there's a whole tree and branch of different genres and bands and stuff like that, and levels um of of recording and stuff like that. There's levels of shit, man. There's a never ending list of ways to to make a band.
No, yeah, definitely. Definitely. You know, back on the whole recording thing of getting sound to crisp and, you know, whatever they use,
Yeah.
studio work. It's crazy. A lot of bands got famous using 4-track in the simplest way of recording,
Yeah, for real.
and they have become extremely successful without having to go to big studios. You know,
Yeah.
like me, I'm a although you know I grew up listening to extreme death metal and thrash. I became my heart went on the black metal side, and that's how it's gonna be forever.
Yeah.
I haven't mentioned a lot about it, but a lot of my favorite albums, a lot that I don't share with a lot of people because not everyone could listen to it. Luckily, I have a friends in LA that they listen to a lot
Yeah.
of that stuff.
You have a little community.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, thankfully, it's pretty cool because it's something that I keep private. Because in my room, I block it because I don't want to see my family like going through my CDs and tapes.
It's your dirty little secret.
You know, yeah, definitely, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's some shit that not every family member could handle,
Yeah.
especially if they're religious.
Yeah.
But a lot of bands that were, you know, of course, black metal back in the day, they became very famous recording with 4
Mhm.
tracks.
Yeah.
For example, Dark Throne.
Mm-hmm.
There's an album called Transylvanian Hunger,
Mm-hmm.
and they used a little device to the rawest recording ever, and that album is one of the most famous ones till today.
Yeah.
That's from what I know. That's one that they used with 4-track. And there's another band called Power from Hell
Okay.
out of Brazil. They
Nice.
used the 4-track, and the album's called True Metal.
Mm-hmm.
And that album is the most successful albums of all of them.
Yeah.
Everyone only wants to hear that album when they're playing live. I've seen them live twice.
Yeah.
And that's the only album I want to hear.
I think I remember you went to go see them when we were working.
Yes.
You told me
Yes, all of them.
you were gonna go see this band from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, you told me this crazy story about the band. I think when they were playing there or something like that. But damn it, I can't remember now. But yeah, that's kind of one of the things I wanted to get into is this thing this love you have for black metal.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when we were working together, that was one of the biggest things that you played a lot. And it's funny because I feel like an asshole because I would always like play my shit, but I would always like tell you like, yo, like play something, man. And then you'd be like, no, like it's whatever you're playing is cool. But like I wanted to listen to that shit too because I was always scared of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was always scared of it.
Oh man, no, it's definitely an extreme form of music. The sound, the raw energy it gives you is definitely something you could feed, or at least I know I feed off of it.
Yeah.
Not to, you know, do negative things, but for a positive view on life.
Yeah. For real.
Like for example, I'm not scared of dying anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not scared of going to hell anymore.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, or at least I was, I'm not sure who else here is religious.
Just about, yeah.
It scared you growing up.
Yeah.
And now that I have a change on the afterlife, or if there's one or not, I'm not scared anymore. And this music really did give me power. Even if I do go to hell, a lot of my friends are going to be there, and I'll tell you that
party, man.
I would not mind. You
Yeah.
know, as cliche or whatever, I'm being real with it, and this is how I am when I die. My same mindset's gonna be like this, and this music will live with me forever.
Fuck yeah, man.
When I die, my black metal vest or whatever shit that's extreme, it's all gonna go in my coffin. I hope they put it in my coffin.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
For
if
real.
my parents will, or if I die before or after.
Yeah.
I don't care. They better put all that shit in my coffin because
For real.
I'm gonna die like that.
Fucking GG Allen style, man.
Yeah, there we go. That guy was a fucking crazy
Yeah.
nihilist. Fucking he hated cops, so I guess that's good too.
Yeah.
Although he was
For
a
real.
piece of shit, but
Yeah,
he was a real piece of
Yeah,
shit.
he did do a lot of naughty stuff on. I say naughty stuff like.
Oh no, that extreme rapist.
Yeah, he
The
did
naughty
a lot.
rapist, the crazy fucking sex addict, heroin addict, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck else in between, whatever. He did everything crazy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're not that, but he still died with his Jim Beam bottle in his fucking coffin. He died
yeah.
with all his fucking articles in his coffin, and he died with his fucking leather jacket in his coffin. You know what I mean?
You know, yeah, it's like it's the same idea. I'm gonna die the way
He died.
he wanted to die.
Yeah.
And that's how.
Or
it's
not
gonna
died,
be
but
for me.
like buried.
Buried, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he overdosed
Yeah.
purposely. I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure, man.
He,
He lived till he couldn't fucking live anymore.
yeah,
And that was-
definitely.
That's just the way to live, man.
He had no rules.
But I mean, he even fucking like he was even buried in the filth that he died in. You know what I mean? Like he was dirty.
Yeah,
But,
bet.
I mean-
he probably shit on his pants.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. It was a jockstrap if I'm not mistaken that he was buried in. But I mean, I'm not knocking the guy because he
Oh,
he people may hate him, people may love him, but I mean, I respect him because he did love music, although he did rape people, but he did love music. you
hey,
know?
he had no rules, and punk is what you make it.
Yeah,
It's, of course, there's political views on it, but punk is attitude,
yeah,
and that's how it should be. Although there is some crazy shit going on with fascism and punk, it's still punk,
yeah,
but not all punks are gonna approve of it.
yeah. For reals.
Yeah.
It's funny. Just a couple days ago, this skateboarder, he's an old head. His name is Dwayne Peters. He's a punk rock skateboarder from back in the day, and he a lot of his skateboards are like punk influenced and stuff like that.
That's pretty gnarly.
He's a good skater, but he's had his battle with addiction, with drug addiction. I believe it was like heroin or some shit. But I mean, it is what it is. That when you have money, that's where you go. You know what I mean? When you party a lot, that's where it leads you to eventually, or for some. But anyways, he just recently posted some shit about Donald Trump, and I was just like, how the fuck can you be a Donald Trump supporter when you are a punk? You know what I mean? Like I don't get it. I don't understand it because you're against the you're against the system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you follow a fascist.
A fascist, yeah.
You know?
And I think that goes the same with a guy from the Misfits.
Yeah.
He was cop supporter. I don't remember his name, nor do I care about his name, because I was never a huge Misfits fan.
Yeah.
Hey, but Misfits they're still a good band. I just never had the chance to listen. There's just too much music to get into. Of course, that should have been me earlier age listening to. I just can't get into it now. It's just different. But he's a cop supporter. He's a Blue Lives Matter ex-Misfits member, singer, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's just sometimes a lot of punks and their politics are all over the place, and you just have a lot of questions sometimes,
Yeah.
Like I've seen a video before of some punks. I can't remember the name of the video, but they all had different political views. Some said that communism wouldn't work and that they're not communist, and some punks were like, yeah, we're communists. There's different political views, kind of like skinheads.
Yeah.
A lot of them are nationalists. A lot of them are anti-fascist. There's a group called Rash, and some they're against racism and shit.
Yeah. Man, your phone is blowing up. Man.
It is. Yeah, and it's just, and it's all punk. Everyone has different politics.
Political views.
Yeah. But they're still punk, you know?
Yeah.
Like Gigi Allen.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck that guy. I still like him. There's a good band called Watain. It's a black metal band.
Uh-huh.
And they had a lot of Gigi Allen covers.
Okay.
And a lot of people in the black metal community, they like Gigi Allen for his rebellious ways. Of course, there's something positive that comes out of our community.
Yeah. Not everything has to be positive. You know what I mean? Or
no,
not everything is going to be positive, I should say.
Yeah, and that comes for all scenes. Yeah. Also for punks or metalheads, you know.
Hip hop, anything.
Yeah, it's everyone's different, you know. But they cover Gigi Allen songs. I think they cover "Fuck Off We Murder." Mm-hmm. It's so good.
What was the band again?
Watain.
Watain. Okay.
Yeah, it's really legendary. Black metal band. I've been wanting to see them live, but I never had money back in the day to do that. Now I could. I just always dodged going to large shows or gatherings, but lately, you know, I've been trying to do that a lot. A lot of the bands I wanted to see that came here from Europe were kicked out.
Okay.
Black metal bands by Antifa.
Okay.
Which is a common thing to happen here. This band called Horna was kicked out of Los Angeles by Antifa. Another gathering in Arizona was another black metal show. Antifa kicked them out. So it's a really common thing. So a lot of black metal bands won't come here to
play shows.
To California, no. They don't want to come here anymore.
Unfortunately, not just California, but the United States itself is very parental advised, or I should say, like they're very like particular in what is allowed here and what is not allowed, which is kind of shitty because. I mean, obviously, if you're a band like Gigi Allen, they're gonna stop you from fucking playing shows here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? But if you're just some fucking black metal band who wants to play a fucking show here, and you're not allowed to play because you know our country says you can't fucking play here, like that's kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Like
it is.
But this or censored. This country
big censorship.
Mm-hmm, this country is very censored. And that kind of gets in the way of art, you know what I mean? It gets in the way of art, man.
This country has kicked out big bands also. There's this really good thrash metal band from back in the day that is still worshipped to this day as much as Metallica if you're a thrasher, called Sodom. They're from Germany. They got kicked out of fucking California or the United States. Mm-hmm. They can't come here anymore, although all the thrashers from the LA scene worship Sodom. I worship Sodom as in one of the greatest bands. Because of them, they influenced a lot of black metal bands, although it's a thrash metal band. Well, through the imagery and the vocals and the lyrics is extreme thrash that is just kicks ass. For real. And if you like black metal, you will fuck with Sodom heavy, you know? So they got kicked out, which is crazy. Or they got banned actually.
That's a pretty common thing with these kinds of bands is getting banned from a country. You know, that just kind of fucks with your art. Like I said, it fucks with what you're trying to do. You know, when you're trying to play a show and you're being told that you can't fucking go to this country because of your music, because it's too fucking violent. Well, the country itself like has done more violent things than what this band has done. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, should you ban yourself or what?
Yeah, dude. Like, seriously, man. Like, fuck. Okay, music. What about movies, man? Like, shit. Like, hey, I'm not against banning, but there's worse shit in films that are foreign, which they have banned a lot from this country. Also, there's a shitload. I can't even remember, but there's a big list. But come on, man, it's fucking bad, man. Come on. Are you scared that that this band is gonna destroy your country in a political way.
Well,
Like,
you're
dude, there's
doing that
different
yourself.
ways. You're doing it yourself, yeah. By censoring shit when supposedly there's freedom here to do what you want and say what you want. It's not like that anymore. And people need to realize that censorship is control.
Basically.
Uh,
And if they don't have control, then
yeah.
then what the fuck are they gonna do?
Yeah.
You know?
This country's always had censorship, as well as other countries.
Yeah.
A lot of our bands from the United States were banned from other countries. Cannibal Corpse. I'm not sure which countries, but look it up. They're infamous for getting banned from countries.
Yeah.
And it's a very common thing with that band. They get banned everywhere, except for the U.S. I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those guys are crazy.
Oh,
Crazy
man.
guys.
You know what? It sucks because that is one band that I never really got into.
Uh-huh.
I never actually listened to until we started working together. Was it Hammerface? Hammerface?
Yeah. Hammer smashed face.
Yeah, Hammer Smash Face. That one, I listened to that song and I was just like, okay, you know what? Like, this band is pretty good. Like, they're really good. I could definitely hear the influence in all the bands that play now, that are active now, that have the influence that Cannibal Corpse started. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, they were the ones who paved the way for a lot of bands.
Yeah, dude. One of the most extreme metal bands. They took death metal to another fucking level.
Yeah.
The fucking bassist. This shit. Alex Webster. So fucking good. Really one of the best bassists ever in the world.
And you know,
I think.
And it's funny because a lot, the bass players are always the running joke of the band.
Oh no, this guy has full control of this band. Everyone loves Alex Webster. Yeah. He is one of the main fucking faces of the band.
Yeah.
Apart from Corpse Grinder.
Yeah.
Which is an amazing vocalist.
Dude's got a gnarly ass neck.
Crazy ass fucking neck.
Yeah. But it's funny because when I started hearing Cannibal Corpse, you can definitely hear the bass in the songs.
Yeah.
Which a lot of bands, they always drown out the bass. But which is why bass players are the running joke of the fucking of music, unfortunately. But this dude paved the way for a lot of bass players to be able to make that comeback. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I would like to think that it's maybe because of him and maybe other bands along their line that made themselves known as bass players and made their sound known as a bass player, and forced their way into music and said, you know what, fuck that, like, I'm playing an instrument, I want to hear that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
dude, definitely.
Like
Cliff Burton from Metallica.
Oh man.
Oh,
yes. It's unfortunate
so good.
It's unfortunate that he passed away, but
unfortunately.
Cliff Burton was a good, and he played with this. He didn't strum with a pick or anything. He strummed with his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to strum that good and have your sound be that crisp, like,
that's good.
Not a lot of people can strum with their fingers and have that big sound. You know what I mean?
They can't, exactly. Mm-hmm. And Chris Alex Webster, the bassist for Cannibal Corpse, he does finger work also.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, that fucking guy is insane.
Yeah,
he is a fucking monster. For example, the famous song, the Hammer Smash Face, they make the bass stand out purposely as if it's a guitar. Like this, they match it to the sound of the guitar, because usually they drop the bass lower in the sound.
Yeah.
And you hear that fucking bass, and that's one of the only bands that could pull it off.
For real.
They want to hear a fucking fat ass bass, and that guy delivers the fat ass,
some fucking
shit.
Thick sound, dude.
Thick as fuck sound. There we go. Heavy as.
Guys, listen, I want to talk about a very important sponsor that I was fortunate enough to have. First ever sponsor. Are you guys' room too hot? Just on any given time, day, period? Guys, I want to talk about fans. A fan. You can buy any fan from any fucking where you want to buy it. Me, I bought it at some hardware store, and I honestly, to this day, do not regret my purchase. If like I said, if your room is too fucking hot and you are recording a podcast, and because you're recording in your room, you got to turn on a fan, right? So your room is too hot and your podcast is too damn quiet. So fans, fucking buy a fan anywhere and they will be loud. So please go ahead and use promo code LINES. That's promo code LINES, and you will receive absolutely nothing because it's not a real fucking sponsor. But yes, anytime you hear me or anytime you hear me on this podcast, you will hear this fan. So go ahead and check them out and fucking hate life. Yeah, thank you.
Right there, there's a little solo goes. He does a bass solo.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He does a bass solo. It's like,
yeah. Damn.
Dude, who lets a fucking band do a bass solo?
For reals, I know. It's it's funny?
It's just so good, dude. Like, this is a genuine enjoyment right now. It's joy because we're talking about bass, and like now it's like when we were at work, it's like we're genuinely having a good time.
Yeah.
Although we have a mic on us, but yeah, it's like we discussed about shit like this at work. It's like, who lets a fucking someone do a bass solo? I'm sure I've seen it, but still, it's just so cool. Like, do a fucking solo, man.
It's funny because they the traditional quotation mark traditional way to do solos is either guitar, either the rhythm or the lead guitar will do a solo, or the drummer will do a fucking solo. Whether they do it just a regular solo, a drum solo, or a fucking Tommy Lee straight up fucking spinning around in a circle solo. You know what I mean? But
his fucking drums.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah. But they won't let a bass player do a fucking solo.
Oh no.
They'll let the technicians do the fucking solos before they let a bass player do a solo.
Yeah,
they'll let the guitar techs do a solo.
Yeah, dude, for real. Oh man.
They'll let the lighting guy do a fucking solo.
Yeah. It's like, dude, go ham on the lights, dude. We'll all pretend it's a solo. We'll mention that, hey, this guy's doing a solo with the lights. Oh look, there's green. Oh, now he's mixing with red. Oh look, he mixed two colors now and it's purple now.
All the colors are going super fast.
The colors are going super fast. Oh shit.
Meanwhile, the bass player's in the background just like, when is it my turn?
When is my solo coming through?
Maybe
man?
tomorrow will be a good day.
Everyone's like, no, fuck the bassists. The bassists, like they say, there's memes. The bassists don't get laid.
Not this guy.
No, he
with the bass solo.
He kicks ass
at the beginning, at the intro, man.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, because of him, the band's still together, because he's one of the oldest members.
Mm-hmm.
He actually is. He's one of the founders. Okay. Corpse Grinder's newer.
Yeah, he was. I do know that.
Yeah, so he's one of the oldest ones in the band.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a lot of respect. I respect him. I respect all the guys from Cannibal Corpse. I even respect the old vocalist, Chris Barnes.
Okay.
I used to love the old Cannibal Corpse. I just respect a lot of bands, I don't disrespect bands. I respect all. Like, I respect Gigi Allen, although he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, for real.
So I try to respect a lot of bands that I listen to. I don't say, hey, they suck.
Much like I said on the last episode that I recorded, I said the same thing. I don't disrespect artists because whatever it is that you're fucking writing, whatever it is that you're doing with your project, band, solo shit or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's an art form and it's a way of expressing yourself. So whatever that looks like is what it looks like to you.
Yeah.
And people don't have to fucking like it, and that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the beautiful thing about this thing.
Mhm.
But the only time I will disrespect a band is if you're in the band Trapped. Fuck that band. Fuck Trapped.
I've never heard of Trap.
No, fuck man. It's so.
It doesn't sound like something I would ever want to listen to. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
They're cop supporters, man.
Oh,
They
sucks.
They support the Blue Lives, man. And that's just the beginning of it. You know what I mean?
I'm sure there's more.
Yeah. There's a whole fucking shit with them, and fuck the lead vocalist. So that's the only time I will disrespect the band. Is if you're entrapped.
Yeah, I think no one ever. I never liked them.
No.
So
Fuck no.
no, it's like I hate it. I didn't like a lot of bands, but I still respected them. You know.
Yeah.
Like there's bands that they're really good with music theory.
Yeah.
But I just don't like them. That doesn't
Mhm.
mean I'm gonna disrespect them. I'm just saying, oh, I don't like that band.
Yeah.
Or fuck that band. But as in like a personal way of like, yeah, I don't like you. Like fuck you.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't fucking like you and your music, so
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No,
Yeah.
fuck that, man. Why put someone down because they're being or because of their interest in
Yeah.
art?
Yeah,
You know
definitely.
what I mean?
Definitely.
I've always been a strong believer in that. I know I talk a lot of shit on like Linkin Park and fucking Disturbed.
I think we all have had
Yeah.
guilty pleasures though. I think everyone here has one Disturbed song maybe. Hey
I know.
man, I'm not gonna fucking lie.
I know.
I liked one maybe when I was in fucking middle school. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that was just it's not a phase, mom. No. I'm glad I fucked off of that band.
As you're like flipping your
My hair.
bangs back. It's not a phase, mom.
It's not a phase, mom. No, but yeah, man. Shit's crazy in the music scene. Of course, Power Trip.
Yeah, rest in peace,
Rest
Riley.
in peace, Riley. Yeah.
Dude, you went to go see them.
I did. Yes.
When was that? I forgot.
I think it was around November.
Mm.
There was a few bands on the lineup. There was Devil Master.
Okay.
Which we all went for. My other two friends are big Power Trip fans.
Okay.
I like Power Trip a lot, but I was never like a very huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you actually introduced me to Power Trip more
Yeah.
than anyone. I remember you were playing a song. I think it's called Soul Sacrifice or something.
Yeah. Soul Sacrifice.
So fucking heavy. I really got that just moment when you showed me that song. I never fucking was like, hey, I don't want to listen to this. I wanted to listen to it again and again and again, and it's one of the heavy songs that you showed me.
Yeah.
It's not one of the most famous, but to me, it's one of the biggest songs. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what got me into the band. But I saw them live. I saw them live, and they gave one hell of a performance. Everyone was there for them.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking pit was insane.
I can only imagine, man.
It was insane.
Yeah.
As in fact, shit gets so crazy when they play that. This one time, I was at a Harley Davidson
Mm-hmm.
looking for bikes, and I met some guy. He told me he had seen Power Trip live,
Mm-hmm.
and that at one side there was a bunch of hardcore kids with short shorts ready to mosh,
Mhm.
and the other side was thrashers, and it was kind of like a wall of death. And it's a unique experience, and,
Yeah.
but it's a funny thing, right? It's like they just clashed and they all had fun and they moshed and
One side is slam dancing, the other ones are they're
Thrashing,
pushing each
pushing
other.
mosh,
Yeah.
man.
You push mosh, yeah.
And Power Trip really is a band that made everyone look have a different point of view, and like borders and shit like that in
Yeah.
the music, you know?
Well, because Power Trip has a very strong thrash feel to it. They have a very strong thrash influence to it, which honestly, I have a secret boner for thrash metal. It's really good. It's
I know you
fast
do.
paced.
You know all the Metallica albums and the Slayer albums, so that's nothing new to me.
Yeah.
I know you have a fat boner for that shit.
Yeah, I like thrash metal. You know what I mean? And when I came up on Power Trip, I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, this is hardcore and this is thrash metal. Two things that I fucking love.
It's insane.
And I saw their performance at one of many performances that they had at This Is Hardcore Festival in Pennsylvania, which is a huge fucking festival. And it's got like a solid fucking lineup of hardcore bands.
Wow.
And Power Trip was on one of the bills on one of their lineups. And I had actually posted one of their performances on Instagram, and it was when Riley Gale dressed up as a zookeeper, and
Oh, I saw the video.
yeah, and
he was like, I'm dressing like this because I want shit to get wild or something like that.
Yeah, he was like, I want this place to look like a zoo right now.
There we go.
He was like the reason why I'm dressed like a zookeeper is because I want this place to look like a fucking zoo right now. So I want everybody to act like animals.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that post you did on your feed. I had to watch it. Because I know that band meant to you a lot. I was never a big fan when I first heard, but once you showed me, I was like, this band is the shit.
And it's funny because I only just started like following them. I just found out about that band when I showed you.
Yeah.
Because I saw I was looking at a bunch of like sets from This Is Hardcore Festival.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good bands like Jesus Peace that play there.
Oh yeah, Jesus Peace. Yeah, I heard of those.
Knock Loose, Code Orange, Suburban Scum.
Those are all really big bands too.
Yeah.
I remember we talking about. Yeah, those are all big bands. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I was just looking at all their sets and stuff like that, and Power Trip came on, and I was like, I was gonna turn it off too. But I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll listen to it. And fucking Soul Sacrifice came on, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, holy shit, man.
Heavy as fuck.
Power Trip. And I remember hearing the name. I remember seeing the name. They're a big band. But I never gave them the time of day until that day. And I was like, oh, I gotta fucking show Gus this shit.
Oh, dude, I was hooked. Like, a lot of the shit you showed me,
Yeah.
Fucking Spite. It was one of the bands I got hooked on after you showed me, but Power Trip, that song in particular, I was like, fuck, this is heavy as fuck. The riffage, it was just fucking insane. It was insane,
Their guitars are very crisp. When I was listening to that video of that set that they have, where he was dressed as a zookeeper, I was listening to the guitars, and they're very fucking crisp, like just as crisp as they are on audio.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. When I saw them live, their sound was on point.
Yeah.
And one thing that I fangirl about, because before I saw them live, I kind of did my research, and the drummer is really into punk and black metal.
Oh yeah.
I think he did the "What's in My Bag."
Yeah. I just recently saw that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, my skinhead friend showed me that.
Shit.
That video, yeah.
Yeah.
I told him about today's little gathering. He listens to a lot of hardcore punk and hardcore. He listens to beatdown also. He likes beatdown.
Okay.
And he showed me that video, but probably like last year around October. And I was like, damn, that fucking drummer from Power Trip is like me. He listens to a lot of diss rock, a lot of DB punk, black metal, death metal, fucking crust punk. Like, that guy listens to really good shit,
Yeah.
as well as all the other guys from Power Trip. But I was really hooked after saying that "What's in my bag" because they all had some really cool albums in their fucking bag.
You know,
It was cool.
and it's funny because when I saw that video, there, like it was like 2 or 3 of them that were like, one of them was talking about Marvin Gaye and things like that. He's just like
different stuff.
One of them was like, I'm pretty sure we're disappointing all our metal fans.
They did not give a fuck.
No,
They were picking up the randomest albums.
Yeah.
And genres outside of the metal and punk and hardcore area, but it just comes to show that they have love for all sorts of genre, and they probably have influence in there that we're not going to hear.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We won't know.
Influence comes in many ways.
No, definitely.
It doesn't necessarily have to show in your music or in your work at all. It just, you can have influence in a different type of way.
Yeah.
It can influence you to want to be a musician. It can influence you to want to like just write music.
Yeah.
Lyrics, guitar, drums, anything. It's just, like I said, influence comes in different ways. It
Right,
doesn't necessarily have to show. So that's kind of cool, what else? Shit, man. I'm not too big on, like I said, I'm not too big on Power Trip.
Yeah.
I'm just starting to get into them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's unfortunate that that Riley had to go so soon, because I really wanted to see them live, because that's one of the biggest things also is live performances. I recently only started getting into live performances as of recent. I was never able to buy tickets and stuff like that, or even get to a show. So I'm only just starting to be able to go to live performances. So that was one of the bands that I really wanted to see, Power Trip, because I mean, like you said, their performance that you saw was really fucking good.
Yeah.
It was hype.
Yeah,
it was hyped. So, just I'll be able to see them, but just not with Riley.
Yeah. It was a crazy ass performance, man. There was all sorts of kids in that pit.
Yeah. That's and it just shows, you know what I mean? It just shows the kind of like thing that they're trying to do, you know what I mean? It's just they're just trying to make music that feels good to them, and this is what their influences are, and you either fucking like it or you don't.
Yeah.
And if you like it, come to a fucking show.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing about the music that I love, and the scene that I'm in, and the genres that I like, is that it doesn't fucking matter what you like outside of this venue. Inside this venue, you're the same as me. We are the same.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? And it goes outside of, it even goes outside of the fucking venues.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? You and I, you know what I mean? Like, we have different likings, but we like the same shit. And
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
There's just love. That's it.
At the end of the day, as cliche as it sounds, we're rockers. Yeah. And we are the black wolf, or the black sheep of the family and the world.
Yeah.
And we just gotta remember that we're on the same boat with how people judge us, and everything else.
Yeah.
Religion.
Yeah, for reals. But even being the black sheep of the family and being the black sheep of the world, doesn't mean we're any different than what
other people are.
What people are. You know, we are the same as you are.
Exactly.
It's just we like different things.
Yeah.
Just because we like wearing black shirts doesn't mean we're bad people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't mean we're any less than you are. And that's how religion views us. And that's how religion views these people, and that's why we are the outcast. That's what makes us the outcast, and that's what makes these shows, these bands, these lyrics, these songs easy to relate to, because there's somebody out there who's going through the same shit that we're going through.
Yeah.
We're getting rejected like they are. So when they come to a show, we are the rejected. You know what I mean? We are when we go to a show, when we go to a venue and we're inside there, this is where all the rejects come to.
Yeah.
And this is where we come fucking hang out. This is where we come talk about fucking music. This is where we come talk shit, you know what I mean?
Our alleys, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
We all hang out at the alley after the show.
Yeah.
Like weirdos, and we drink.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's just because we can't do that with anybody else, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
No one gives other people, you know, other people don't give people like us the time of day to get to know us and understand that we are just like they are.
Just like they are, yeah.
You know,
although we're different in little ways here, we still are. I mean, we all have to work. We all have to follow, your fucking manager's rules or fucking current, police policies and shit.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And we all have similar things, you know? I think we're about 80% similar, which is a very big percentage in my opinion.
Yeah. The only thing that makes us different is the music
and lifestyle.
The lifestyle that we live, the music that we like.
And that's a 20%, I think. That's a very big percentage, and that's something I always had in mind. It's about 20% different.
80-20, like fucking hamburgers, man.
Yeah, dude, I like hamburgers too. It looks like you eat something, you drink more than you eat hamburgers, you know?
Yeah.
No, I like hamburgers, man. I like everything. I'm not so different from you.
Yeah.
I used to go to church too.
Yeah.
Or shit, whatever, you know?
Yeah. Oh man, a little story. My brother Junior, he used to get forced to go to church with my great grandma in Mexico, in Tijuana, and obviously, you're a kid and you have to sit through church. You know what I mean? It's boring as fuck. We all had to do it, but he was forced to go as punishment because he's always the bad one in with the little 4 kids that my mom had. He was always the bad one, and as punishment, he had to go to church with my great grandma, and this little asshole was fucking bored, and he grabbed my nana's little walker, the little stick that she had as a walker.
Yeah. And
it was curved like a candy cane.
Yeah.
He fucking, at some point he ended up grabbing it, and he goes, "Mira, nana." He's like, "Look, this is my AK-47." He gets up and goes,
"Whoa, shit!" They were like, "Hey, we have to control this kid in a religious way," which is a common thing to do when you're Hispanic or you come from a Christian Catholic background.
Yeah,
is to take your kids to church when you feel like they're rebelling.
Yeah.
What they used to tell me when I was a kid, like, "Hey, we're gonna send you to Mexico, and you're gonna go back to Catholic school, or you're gonna go to school over there," which they can't do anymore.
Yeah,
I'm a grown man now, you know. I do.
Dad, I don't have to fucking do shit, Dad. I have to fucking listen to you, Dad.
No, seriously, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not gonna say nothing dumb like that, of course, but as a kid, I was always threatened with that shit.
Yeah, and I think that's probably also the biggest reason why we don't like fucking, why we are like so rebellious against religion, is because you instill fear into us as young, kids.
Definitely.
And it just makes you like question, like, why do I fucking have to go? Like, you're making me. Why do I have to go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to go anywhere. You know what I mean? But they instill that kind of fear in you, or like, I wouldn't say fear, but like that kind of like just rebellious, I wouldn't know how to point it, or I wouldn't know how to say it, but like they make you like not want to like it, basically, is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Definitely.
But it is what it is, man. So I guess we can try to talk a little bit more, and then we'll kind of wrap things up a bit.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest things I kind of wanted to talk about was live shows. the backyard scene a little bit.
Oh shit.
Because I mean, I myself had never got to experience the backyard scene.
Yeah.
Those backyard shows and
Yeah.
shit like that. You know, having to fucking
It's
get in
like-
before the cops come. You know what I mean?
Fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man.
You know, you lived in the city for you know for much of your life,
Yeah.
or if anything, for all of your life. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So you got to experience that kind of fucking life. So you know, tell me a little bit about it.
At first, a lot of the backyard shows I'd go to were punk shows.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of anarcho punk, hardcore punk. Shit was wild, man. You know, fucking 40s. You know, you walk in with 240s for yourself. Your friend walks in with 240s for himself, and that's all it's done. You enjoy the whole show, smoke reef or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
shit was always hectic though. There'd be fights in the pit. You know,
Fuck yeah.
someone getting your fucking glass bottle broken over their head, which is a very common thing in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It still is. They're punks over there are fucking insane.
Fuck yeah.
This one time I was at a punk show, and well, a lot of punks, they still don't like metalheads over there.
Yeah.
But a lot of my friends are punks. They still are. But my friends from Los Angeles are all metalheads. Some punks too.
Okay.
I think they didn't like that we were there. They threw a bottle, almost hit my head.
Damn.
It would have fucked me up. Maybe killed me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was just like, holy shit. I still went off with my day though.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how fucking heavy or how light the thing is. I mean, look at Billy Mays. My girl and I were just recently talking about it.
yeah.
Look at Billy Mays. That motherfucker died just because the safety gear from the airplane was released
Yeah.
and it hit his head,
Oh shit.
and you know he got off the plane. He was interviewed by the news media, and he was like, yeah, you know, we got a little bit of turbulence, and the thing fucking, you know, the safety gear fell, hit my head. You know, I'll be okay. Motherfucker died from that shit, man.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Like he died after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter how heavy or how light. Like you can still fucking die. So imagine
Wrong
if you would have.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah, if you would have gotten hit by that glass bottle, you know what I mean?
I actually dodged it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have good reflex. I guess I'm lucky. Maybe I just wasn't meant to die that day.
Yeah.
But it was a 40. I think there was still beer in it.
Fuck,
But
that's a good way to look at it, though. It wasn't your time to die.
yeah, I'm pretty sure either would have had a concussion or worse, like that guy that just died.
Yeah.
You know. I've had friends that were jumped before, you know, but as in the music wise, apart from all the drama and stuff, music was always raw.
Yeah.
People will come with a fucking small amp,
Fuck yeah.
a 2-piece band or a 3-piece band, which is just two or three people playing playing some shit. It's just like, damn, like it's just two of you making some fat ass noise, like.
Yeah.
That's tight, you know. Like that's where it's at, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's this band called Sniping Pigs from based off Montana. There's
Okay.
like a grindcore band, which is like, kind of like punk.
Mhm.
Well, you know, we always talked about grindcore actually.
Yeah.
You already know how the nature of it is.
Yeah.
Like the technicality or whatever. It's just a lot of crazy ass riffage, you know.
Mhm.
It's almost like punk. There's only two guys, and they had a big following. They actually play grindcore festivals, and it's
Fuck
just
yeah.
two guys, fat ass riffs. I believe there's an album called 2 Piece and a Biscuit,
yeah.
like 2 Piece chicken and a biscuit, but it's a 2-piece band, so it's two guys.
That's kind of fucking hilarious.
Yeah, 2 piece guys are you know 2 people. That's what they call it. They call it 2 piece. So
2
you know,
piece and a biscuit.
2 Piece
Fuck
and a
yeah.
biscuit. That's one of their
yeah.
EPs, because a lot of punks EP, you know.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So
Well, I mean, that's the best way to get your music out, is just release an EP.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep releasing EPs until something pops off. You know what I mean? And then when you get that thing that pops off, or you get that EP that pops off, then you start creating more songs. You know, you start including more songs into your albums.
Oh
And you
yes.
start creating LPs. You know.
Oh yes, definitely. You know.
But.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. But
it's a lot. Sometimes the EPs that gets the biggest following, and then
Yeah.
it's a gateway for everyone. A gateway to discover more from you. They'll
is.
like 2 tracks from it. They'll be like,
Yeah.
whoa,
it is the gateway drug.
the gateway drug. Yes. Hey, EPs are
the-
good.
yeah.
Good.
EPs are the gateway drugs, man.
I think EPs are the best way for people to get into a band because it's a very short, 3 tracks
Yeah.
that no one's gonna mind listening to.
Yeah.
I'll take a shower and I'll play different EPs.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there I'll decide whether I'm gonna stick to it or not.
Damn, man.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what I do. That's what I do every day.
Fuck yeah.
It's fun discovering bands. But yeah, a lot of musically talented people out there. That's one of the bands that I used to follow growing up. As well as this other band called Sacrificer. They're
Okay.
from Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Really good thrash death metal band. They're really old school. They're one of the bands I liked. When I used to go to shows out there.
Mhm.
I've caught them a few times. I recently caught them again during this whole COVID shit.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
They played it wasn't a secret show. It was meant for everyone. It was like 5 months ago or 4 months ago. I think the COVID's been around for that long, right? 4 months?
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Yeah, they played with a few other bands, but the cops ended up coming.
As they usually do.
Yeah, they raided a bar show though, which was weird. I don't know how that happens.
maybe
They shut down the bar.
the bar owners were in on it.
Yeah, apparently one of the ladies got pushed. The bar owner got pushed in the pit. But there was cops inside already. They got someone called, and I'm sure the bar owners, they went and stopped it. But they played along another band called Vomit Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Was there. It's a black metal band that I follow a lot, or I've been trying to
Yeah.
these past few years. They have a song called Anti-Human Propaganda,
Okay.
which is a very good song. Anti-human propaganda is what a lot of, I think a lot of the black metal I listen to is very anti-humanish.
Yeah, because I mean, again, when you're the outcast, you get to come up with these fucking like badass names like that. You know what I mean?
No, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. It allows a lot of room for imagination. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
For creation.
Oh yeah, definitely. But they played along with that band. There was a few other bands, but they got raided eventually. But those are some bands I followed in Los Angeles area. The pits are always fat. The metalheads are always moshing. So are the punks. And sometimes there's fights.
Yeah.
What I could tell you is, from my experience, expect the unexpected.
Always.
A lot could happen in a show or backyard show.
Yeah, for reals.
A lot.
Mhm.
Anything. Someone could do something stupid to you.
Yeah.
Like putting something in your drink. I don't know. Just anything could happen. You could end up walking out of that place knowing a lot of people or being the most hated.
Yeah.
Because you get to socialize with people. Hated as in someone's gonna kick your ass or everyone's gonna love you.
Yeah. And that was, I guess that's one of like the cool things about those like house shows is that it just leaves a lot of room for anything to happen.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean, and that I feel bad not feel bad, but like I feel shitty because I never got to experience the backyard shows. I never got to experience that part of like growing up in the music scene.
Yeah.
Because I think I probably, if I was living in the city, I probably would have been maybe one of the guys in the band trying to look for just some random dude that can semi play guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or semi play drums and be like, hey man, like fucking get in the band real quick.
Yeah. Let's see what you got. I'll try to match what you do. So we could get something together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of bands start.
Yeah, for real.
Which is cool. You get two influences in one EP or album or whatever.
And it's crazy because a lot of bands start like accidentally or they just like naturally are able to like infuse all their sounds together. You know what I mean?
On their first practice.
Yeah. Or you can go through a million different other members before you find the right one.
What's a band that's done that? Oh, there's a shitload. I can't even fucking think of one right now, but that's a very common thing.
I mean, for one, Misfits.
Fucking.
There's a lot of bands who have gone through so many members.
Members.
Black Flag.
Oh, Black Flag.
Yeah,
Except
Black
for
Flag.
Henry Rollins, I guess has always stayed though, right?
No.
He's left too.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mike Vallely. Oh no. I think Mike Vallely did do a couple, like he did an album or something like that with Black Flag.
Yeah.
He was their vocalist for a bit. Mike Vallely, he was a professional skateboarder
Oh no.
and
Shit.
a punk enthusiast.
Nice.
And or connoisseur, I should say.
Nice.
If you want to get fancy. But he was a big punk fan, and he started a band at some point, and he went somewhere with it, but he ended up joining one of those big bands. I can't remember if it was Black Flag or Anti Flag.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's two.
Yeah.
There is Anti-Flag. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So it was one of those, but either way, Anti Flag. I believe they might be have gone through so many other members.
Oh yeah.
But when you're an old band like that, you know what I mean. Like you're bound to hit some bumps in the road. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it just.
Especially for punk bands.
Yeah, I think
no, someone always leaves. No, seriously, dude.
Yeah.
Someone has a big alcohol problem, and they end up having to fuck off because no one wants to deal with that shit.
Yeah, for
I have
us.
friends that got kicked out of bands for being drunk asses.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I got kicked out of the band. Why? I was always drunk. I couldn't play. No shit, dude.
Yeah. Who wants to fuck with you when you're drunk and you can't fucking play a song?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This was in high school. I was like, oh, I'm not surprised, man.
Yeah.
I know a lot of dudes that were kicked out because they couldn't handle their shit, or get their shit together. Can't make it to band practice,
Mm-hmm.
They're on drugs.
It's funny. The band Mastodon.
Talented guys.
Yeah, fucking. I love that band. Ever since I first heard of them, I just immediately fell in love with them, and I haven't stopped loving them. But their guitar player, Brent Hines, he was always drunk. He fucking shred like a motherfucker, but I guess they were trying to get the band together, and they were like, oh well, I think one of the members was like, oh, I know this guy who's like a really good shredder, and we could try to go to his basement. And he said that they said that they went to Brent's house, and they were like, oh, play a song, and I guess he was like hammered. He was just shit-faced. He showed like he was just shit-faced.
No way.
And they were talking about. I think it was the drummer was saying he's like, man, as soon as he started playing the guitar, he was just like, wow, wow, shitty, shitty.
He was so drunk he couldn't even hold a pick.
No, he couldn't do shit with the guitar, right? And they were talking about how that they had that experience, and they were like, I don't know how the fuck, I don't think we're gonna be able to make it with this guy.
Yeah.
And I guess the next day he showed up sober as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, and just immediately just started shredding as he does now, and they were able to look at where they're at now. Like they played with a lot of big bands. They played a lot of big festivals.
Dude, really big festivals.
Yeah.
They're either headlining or second to headlining from what I've seen. I'm sure there's different fucking posters.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, they're either that or that.
Yeah.
Headlining or second to headlining.
Yeah, or co-headlining.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I saw them at the Unholy Alliance tour with Slayer.
Oh, okay.
And
big names.
Yeah. It was Slayer, Lamb of God, Mastodon, Children of Bodom, and
Black Metal.
And who else? Tom Araya's brother has a band who was like playing that tour with them.
I've heard of his brother.
Yeah, I can't remember who.
I don't know what band he was in.
I can't remember what the name of the band was. Like Third Eye Blind or something with I.
Yeah.
Something with I, but yeah, they played a show, or they played that tour with them, and then I got to see Mastodon. It was at the Long Beach Arena.
Oh, okay.
When I went inside, Mastodon was playing, and I think we talked about this, but when I went in, I was like super excited because I really wanted to see them.
Yeah.
And when I went in, they were playing. They were on stage. They were playing already, and what the fuck is his name? Braun. I think that's his name, Braun. He's a drummer. He had a Randy Rhoads drum kit.
No way.
Yeah,
original?
He had Randy Rhoads' face or picture.
Wow.
On the bass drum.
Yeah.
On the front of the bass drum, and then he had the black with white polka dots all over his fucking kit.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And that was a big deal for him.
Yeah.
Because I mean he's an old metalhead as well, Iron Maiden and all that shit.
Oh yeah, Randy Rhoads is one of the greatest guitarists.
For
Ozzy Osbourne,
he was lucky.
worships him, loves Randy Rhoads. He really was a very good guitarist.
Ozzy Osbourne was very lucky to have Randy Rhoads.
He was. He very was.
Yeah, and so you know, given the fact that he was a drummer, or that Braun was a drummer,
yeah,
you know, he couldn't have that flying V, Randy Rhoads flying V, you know what I mean? But he can make a drum set with the you know the Randy Rhoads setup, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
style,
unique style.
Yeah,
super 80s looking.
Yeah,
you know,
for reals.
Colorful glitter, whatever it was.
Yeah,
which was great at that point. Still, I think still is cool for guitars or. Hey, you want to wear it? Wear it.
Yeah, for reals.
Right?
For reals.
You want to wear it? Wear it.
Yeah. So you know, so yeah. Again, you know, I wish I could have experienced that backyard show scene because you know it was a big thing.
Yeah.
And it, you know, I don't know if it still is. I mean, obviously, right now because of the pandemic,
yeah.
That's going to be very difficult, but. It was a big thing back then, you know what I mean? It was a big fucking deal to be able to play at a backyard show. You know, so I would have loved to have experienced both sides of it. You know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is. But I did get to experience playing a couple shows one time.
I remember you showing me a video.
I don't know if you got to experience any shows. Playing any shows.
Yeah, I had a few experiences playing shows. I played about 2 of them. I was in a 2-piece band. It was pretty cool. We had big crowds though.
Yeah.
Which was cool, you know, because we had a punk following. We had a little bit of black metal and punk playing at the same time. So. It was a cool experience, you know. Everyone was trying to pick up our little EPs we had, which is 3 or 4. I've never gone far with like sharing like the music. Well, whoever knows, but there's an album called our EP called The Maritime Dusk, and it's very pretty black metal, or at least we thought, because we were going through some really tough times at that time. My drummer really was going through fucking hell. I was too. And it was just that it was one of the worst moments in life for me. Yeah. And somehow we ended up playing music, and that happened.
Fuck yeah. But you know, I'll definitely invite you over more often.
Definitely. And, it's like a blast, man.
We'll fucking just shoot the shit again. We'll talk more music. You know what I mean?
Nothing new. Same shit all the time, right? Yeah. New music. Hey, dude, check out this band.
For new music. Who this?
Who's this? Yeah. There you go. That should be a new meme or something.
Yeah, and then we'll definitely bring over some more beer because, you know, it's funny because I had that 18-pack of beer sitting in my fucking fridge for like 3 weeks now, and you know. She was kind of mad that I brought it back because it was just going to sit there and take up space in the fridge. Yeah. But when I knew you were coming over, I was like, fuck yeah, I get to get rid of this beer.
Oh, yeah, man. We killed these beers pretty fast. Yeah. It was fun.
So, you know, like I said, next time we'll get more beer and we'll talk more, man.
Oh, yeah. Like always. Thanks for having me here. It was awesome.
It's my pleasure, man.
We went pretty far into I didn't know we were gonna go this far in, but it was great. We really went into detail, and I appreciate you having me here.
Yeah.
Like always.
Like I
Always
said,
a good time.
like I said, next time we'll get into even more details and we'll talk about more shit. Because I definitely want to talk about like the punk and metal feud.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, the love hate relationship that's always been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, next time we'll talk more about that.
Sounds like fun, man. Let's do it.
I fucking love you guys. I love you, Gus. And again, fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump, man. And much love to you too, brother.
Hey,
Thanks for
man, I
having me
appreciate
here.
it. No, it's my pleasure, man.
I hope you all enjoyed this episode that I did with Gustavo Salinas, aka Gus. Um, I had a good time talking with him. I always have a good time with my friends. And yeah, so if you would like to help me out, please share my Instagram account, share my YouTube account. It's Between the Lines of Chris Coronado. Between the Lines of Chris underscore podcast. So please help me out by sharing this. Let your friends know. Let your family know. Just tell them to put them on the put me on the background. You know, I don't mind. But yeah, so uh, as I always say, stay safe. Please fucking wear your mask. Um, stay 6 feet apart. Stay shredding. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.